Has the gasoline engine ban finally come to an end before it's even began? I'm sure you've heard about California, Washington, and many other places that have banned the sale of new gasoline engines for cars or anything else in the future, coming very soon. All different dates depending on the state, location, etc. So, what's changed? Electric vehicles, are they not taking over? Well, we need to take a step back. Can you believe we've made a great discovery? That's right. A discovery which allows us to use carbon emissions to make clean fuels. Yeah, you heard me right. It's actually possible thanks to this new discovery. Did you also know that over 70% of these emissions come from power generation and manufacturing facilities? Yeah, that's right. So 70% just from those two sectors. As you know, many companies are leading the way trying to make a difference. And some would argue they probably caused most of the problems, such as ExxonMobil. And as a matter of fact, they are one of the leaders. So, to get us started on this, we need to discuss some things that were already taking place that are very important before this new discovery, and we'll get into it in just a moment. So, here we have the ExxonMobil, and they have captured more human-made CO2 around the world than anyone else. This company, well positioned to develop and scale up deployment of CCS solutions. ExxonMobil is also conducting long-term research on several promising innovations with outside organizations, including direct air capture technology to scrub emissions out of the air and carbonate fuel cells to capture industrial emissions from the flue gas streams of power plants or manufacturing facilities, which is unbelievable. Now, you can definitely find out more on that at the energyfactor.exxonmobil.com. I have to say, yes, they are part of the problem, but definitely they're making some solutions. ExxonMobil is one of the 11 companies that have expressed interest in large-scale deployment of carbon capture and storage to help effectively decarbonize major industrial areas in Houston. When fully operational, the effort could capture and permanently store about 100 million metric tons of CO2 annually by 2040. Also including this information from Earth.com, a research team from the University of Cambridge in the UK and the Nova University, Lisbon in Portugal has recently developed an efficient method to turn carbon dioxide into clean, sustainable fuels without any unwanted products or waste. The results demonstrate that polluting carbon emissions can be turned into clean fuels effectively without any wasted energy, which is unbelievable, mind-boggling how they even do this type of stuff. The newly developed proof of concept relies on the enzymes isolated from bacteria-powered electrolysis, the thermal reaction that converts CO2 into fuel, while enzymes are more efficient than other catalysts such as gold. They are highly sensitive to local chemical environment. Now, of course, this will take time to develop, but able to catch these carbon emissions on top of storing them is definitely a great feat, and it will take a lot of money and a lot of investment. However, if these companies in big oil would like to stay in the game, they're going to have to make some changes. As a matter of fact, they have a lot of things to be hopeful for themselves, because things have taken a turn for the better on their part. They're already projected to make a major growth in sales for the lubricating oil industry and grease and asphalt, which is definitely going to help aid in all these processes, hopefully. So what can we expect? When can we expect it? Well, hopefully we can finally come down and figure out to destroy these emissions before they destroy us and our environment. Maybe we can come up with a compromise with these solutions. There's a lot of hopeful news coming around, and unfortunately, with current times during the Ukraine-Russian situation, I'm not going to get into all that. You know that definitely these big oil companies are going to make money just like they would off anything else. The prices are already rising for fuel, and as I said, regardless, that comes second to the people's welfare and well-being. I would like to say, however, that we need to continue in these processes. We may be able to find a solution that really helps us. Yes, it still keeps us dependent on oil, and yes, they are used for a lot of things. I mean, we use oil for just about everything. Plastics, I mean, you name it. Asphalt. So we'll have to definitely come up with a solution to fix these problems. And we do have the electric vehicles coming along, but you know, power generation has always been a big concern. Obviously, probably the biggest concern in my book. After all, the electric vehicles definitely take power to run, and well, a good portion of it's not renewable. I know we have to do what we can, and I'm not knocking the electric vehicles. There's definitely downsides to that, and obviously gasoline engines. So guys, if you have any thoughts on this, I'd love to hear about it, but I'm glad we do have some promising news that might at least buy us some time. Hopefully, if we can really get things going. I mean, these companies should really want to invest in this, and so should the government, if we're actually able to get something beneficial from all this. As always, guys, I want to thank you for watching Nate's Interactive Auto.